It's embedded in our memories. The old-fashioned candy displays, the malt shop, the lunch counter, the scent of fresh popcorn wafting through the air. W.T. Grant's, the beloved retail store known for values, had a 70-year run. W.T. Grant's was named after its founder, William Thomas Grant. At its peak, Grant's was the fifth largest retail in the United States, with 1,200 stores, famous for extra saving and extra quality. Grant was an entrepreneur even as a young boy. He sold flower seeds at age 7. He delighted in selling people what they needed at affordable prices. This passion carried young Grant into adulthood. When he was 30, William Thomas Grant took $1,000 in savings and opened his first store in 1906 in Lynn, Massachusetts, and called it W.T. Grant Co. 25-cent store. Grant's prided itself on being 4 stores in one, offering dry goods, home hardware, clothing, and variety items. Furniture was added after World War II, usually on its own floor. Grant's focus on small profit margins appealed to the consumer, and his business quickly took off, with more stores opening. Good profits and quick turnover of inventory led to sales of close to $100 million by 1936. During World War II, Grant's had almost 500 stores in 39 states. They offered a vast array of items, including women's clothing, toys, books, records, and even lawn and garden equipment. They didn't compete with upscale retailers of the day. Instead, they focused on reasonably priced items. Many of the stores had restaurants and lunch counters called Bradford House, which W.T. Grant named after his hometown in Bradford County, Pennsylvania. Customers could enjoy snacks like frankfurters and a whippy, the drink you could eat. Bucky Bradford served as the official mascot, greeting guests with the words, "It's yum yum time," printed on the yellow dish he held in his arms. Bucky was a pilgrim dressed in blue with bright yellow buckles on his hat, belt, and shoes. Columbia Records teamed up with Grant's to sell albums under an exclusive record label called Diva. Grant's also offered an 8-album Christmas series called A Very Merry Christmas. The 1968 album A Very Merry Christmas Volume 1 was the first of this series of Christmas music collections put together by Columbia Special Products as an in-store seasonal promotional item. This first record is actually the only recording of A Star Carol by Simon and Garfunkel that was available until 1997. Grant's, however, struggled to adapt to the changing shopping habits of its shoppers and the suburban expansion across the country. In the 1960s, Grant's built some larger stores called Grant City, but it wasn't enough to stop the bleeding. The final nail in the coffin was ultimately a terrible business decision. The company offered an extended credit to all customers with no thought or regard to assess the customer's ability to repay that credit. Credit was easy to get, and repayment terms were as low as $1 per month. The company hoped to entice customers into buying expensive items like furniture and appliances. Instead, they simply rolled the dice on a poorly thought out policy. Each store was responsible for managing its credit accounts, so the company had 1,200 independent credit offices. Customers could rack up credit at multiple stores, and no one was the wiser. This was to be the demise for W.T. Grant's. While Grant died at the age of 96 in 1972, it wasn't until 1976 that the company filed for bankruptcy. At the time, it was the second largest bankruptcy filing in U.S. history. By April of 1976, all of the Grant's stores were gone. William T. Grant's legacy continues on, however, in his foundation. Grant cared deeply about young people, both their development and well-being. He started the William T. Grant Foundation in 1936 with the aim of bettering social progress and human development. The foundation invests in both research and philanthropy, supporting education, childcare, poverty, and human development. Thanks for watching Memory Mountain. If you enjoyed this video, please click to subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to tap the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when we post our next story looking back over the landscape of Americana.